All right, so the play we're going to be looking at today is called freeze option. All right, this play, it's a variation on speed option, but there's some important differences that we're going to talk about today. So the first thing that you're going to notice if you see this play run is that the backfield action is very unique. All right, so let's go ahead and watch the backfield here. What we're going to see on the snap of the ball is that quarterback is essentially going to get into an inside zone mesh. He's going to set up in his inside zone mesh. The tailback is going to act like he's entering into that mesh to run inside zone, in this case to the left. All right. So what that's going to do is it's going to bring these two inside linebackers. It's going to show them that we're running inside zone and they're going to fly downhill, or they're at least going to get vertically downhill. All right, so what that's going to do is that's going to give us leverage to get outside. And I'm going to show you what we mean right here. All right. So traditionally, speed option is a zone scheme. So what we mean by that is our offensive line, all of our offensive linemen are going to be blocking play side. So they'd be reaching essentially to their right, somewhat like a mid or outside zone. Okay. With freeze option, we don't want to do that because this backfield action is going to take at least a second. So what we don't want is to slide this entire group, all right, our offensive line and then their defensive front. We don't want to slide them towards the direction that we're trying to get the edge. Okay, so it's going to be treated a little bit differently. It really is a gap scheme. All right, it's a gap scheme, but to simplify things, I'm going to coach it like this. I'm going to teach my offensive line, all right, that when we're running this play, this freeze option, we are running zone left. All right, as far as offensive line is concerned, we are running zone left. And then we'll add a tag. Let's just call it, for example, Raptor. All right. So everybody's blocking zone left. The only difference is that whatever offensive linemen are scheduled to get up to the second level, to get up to these linebackers, they have to understand that we're not going to do that like traditional zone. All right, we're not going to do that like traditional zone. What we want to do is we want to take a very flat angle, and I think this guy right here is a good example. Watch how flat of an angle he takes to get to his combo block. Very, very flat. And the reason that he does that is he wants this linebacker to have to go underneath, which is going to give us leverage on the edge. All right. So let's take a look at a couple different key people in this play. All right, the first one I want to look at is the center. All right, the center does his zone steps to the left. There's really no one for him to even knock down. He might give this guy a hand just to help his guard. But he's working up to this linebacker. This linebacker flies downhill so hard that it makes the job for our center actually very, very easy here. Right, all he wants to do is make sure that he keeps his leverage here. And this guy pretty much blocked himself by being so aggressive. And that's the reason why we call this play. All right, we call this play because every time we're running inside zone, these guys, linebackers, are taking advantage of us filling these gaps. So we have to have a way. It serves almost a similar function to play action. What it does is in the future, it's going to slow these linebackers down. Right? We have an opportunity for an explosive play first and foremost, but secondly, we're gonna slow them down. Okay, so if we look at our center here. Does a great job. Pretty easy, right? Pretty easy work for him. The second guy I want to look at is our right tackle. So he's in a similar situation where, if you see color, knock it down to your buddy, which I think he's going to do here just a little bit. Just helps so that the right guard here can fully overtake this block. All right. And then our right tackle wants to understand that once this guy realizes, oh no, it's not inside zone. Right, and he sees that we're trying to get the edge, he is going to fly horizontally, right? He's going to fly horizontally. So what we need to understand here as the right tackle is this guy's probably faster than me, first of all, right? So I need to take a very exaggerated angle in order to meet him and cut him off, okay? And oftentimes, if this is done right here by that right tackle, he won't even have to block him, because what he'll do is he'll force this guy to cut underneath. And by the time he does that, our running back should be well gone. So I'm going to go ahead and play it here. He gets a hand on him, but forces him underneath. Right. And by the time he gets there, I mean, he's missed him by several steps. And then that gives us our best ball carrier with the ball in space.